Hi, this is Cindy, and today I'm going to talk about the new frame tool in Photoshop CC. This was introduced back at the end of last year, I believe, in the Photoshop CC 2019 update. Now there's a bit of controversy about this tool, whether or not it's more useful than just using a clipping mask. So I thought I would show you what it can do and let you decide. Personally, I think it is a helpful tool. You know, clipping masks are great, but I think that there is room for both. So let's go ahead and jump in. The frame tool is in your toolbar, and I think it normally lives below your crop tool, but I've customized my toolbar so mine is above my color chips. And then once you've selected that frame tool, you'll notice up in your options bar that you have two default frame shape options, either rectangle or ellipse. So once we select our desired shape, either the rectangle or ellipse shape, then we just click and drag over any area on our document, somewhere where we want to put an image or a placeholder. And now you'll notice in the layers panel that we now have a frame layer, which is something new in CC 2019, and then a mask layer, or basically where our image or frame contents will live. And so that's kind of nice. When we have a clipping mask, we have two layers. We have whatever we're clipping a photo or something to, and then the actual photo or paper or whatever it is that we're clipping. So once we have our frame created, then we can choose a photo from our computer and just drag it over into our frame or onto our frame, and then your image is automatically placed and scaled to fit in the frame. And if you look closely in the layers panel, you'll see that it's placed as a smart object, which is great since you won't lose quality when you resize the image. We can also place an image by going into the menu bar and choosing File, Place Embedded, or Place Linked. Now, Place Embedded just brings in your image and places it in your document. So just another way of getting your photo into the frame. Now, Place Linked, however, links the image from your computer and does not increase the file size of your page or project, which I think is great if you're just using it as a placeholder or you're not sure if you're wanting to use a specific photo. And you can also place an image from your libraries panel. So that's several different ways you can get an image into the actual frame. Now, I think this is a very helpful tool for projects that you repeatedly update. Say a family newsletter that you have created a template for, or a project 12, 52, or 365 layout where you reuse the same basic page design but swap out the photos, journaling, and elements. This would also work well for recipe book pages, calendar pages, and I can think of a ton of other things. And now once your image is placed, you can move the photo around inside the frame. So that's kind of nice. I mean, you can do that with a clipping mask too, but it's nice that it's housed right inside the frame. So a couple of points to remember. It does work obviously different than a clipping mask in how I guess basically the relationship between the frame and the image. Now in the layers panel you can select either the frame or the image to adjust those. But it can be a little bit frustrating if you just want to move them both at the same time. So for that you just shift click on both of the thumbnails to select them both. And to resize your photo, just grab the Move tool and double click anywhere on the frame or image and use the handles to resize. To resize both of them at the same time, use Command or Control T, so basically your transform tools. So you can also crop and resize a photo that you already have on a page or project. I'm going to go ahead and open up a photo and drag it over to my page. So get your frame tool and just drag out your shape right on top of your photo, and it will automatically place the photo into your frame. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so I think my favorite way to use this tool is with text. I like to create large titles or just one big word on my layouts, and this makes it easy to set a placeholder for a photo or even a paper as I'm working on a layout. So as you can see, I've already grabbed my text tool and typed out the word beautiful. And now I want to create a frame out of it. And then you can either go up and open your flyout menu and choose Convert to Frame, or you can right click and choose Convert to Frame. And it's also up in your menu bar under Layer, New, Convert to Frame. You can give it a name and click OK, and there we have it. Now we can just drag or place an image quickly. And you can also convert shapes into frames. So basically, you can convert text and shapes into these interactive frames. I guess that's that's how it feels like what they are to me. They're more interactive frames. So let's go ahead and get the custom shape tool and grab a heart. Then let's go up to Layer, New, Convert to Frame. And this time I'm going to place a background paper inside the heart. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, why not just use a clipping mask? And like I said, there is some controversy over that, but I do think that there is a benefit to having both the frame and the image on one layer. And once you get the hang of it, it's easy to move them around and resize. I really love the fact that you can place linked images to keep your file sizes small, especially if you're working on something that you haven't committed to specific images yet, or when you're creating layouts or templates for things that you will reuse over and over. And I love that your images are converted to smart objects so that you're not losing quality every time you resize your image. I think it's a helpful tool for mapping out multiple photo layouts and a fun way to create a template with varying sizes of shapes like squares, rectangles, circles, or all three shapes together. I think you could have some real fun with it. So I hope you'll give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.